finally, we're here to talk about Ozempic and Mounjaro, okay, the skinny jabs. It's been a long time coming and I've had a lot of questions, and I'm sorry that I haven't addressed this sooner, but it's very, very important that I collate all of my information and give you all of the information, right? Because I feel like that's the problem here. They're very quick to hand them out like candy, but we're not really thinking about the long-term use of the impact it's having on our bodies as women, right? Remember, most studies are done on men and they're short studies. It's never in the long game, okay? And they don't test everything. And we got a lot of hormones, ladies. So this is why I'm doing the video. And it's going to be on YouTube because the reels are never long enough, you know? So you can do this if you're in the bath, I don't know, cooking food, going on your walk, doing your training, I don't know, when you want to listen to my voice, but you listen to it whenever you want. If you haven't come across me before, I'm Katie Christian, I'm a hormone practitioner, and I'm known as the Hormone Healer on Instagram. I have my very own website, my very own app. So give me a follow, hit subscribe, engage, let's push the algorithm, you know. I'm trying to spread awareness, education, finally, that women need about their hormones and their bodies and how to thrive. I turn 41 next week, ladies. 41 on Saturday, and I've never felt better. And this can be you too, because it's never too late. Remember that. The issue that you're having and why you can't move forward is because we've pretty much been brainwashed for most of our lives into thinking that things are healthy when they're actually not. And that's where I come in and debunk that and give you the truth and the reality. That is me in a nutshell. Anyway, okay, feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. Let's get conversations flowing. Also, no judgment. I am not judging you on your decisions to do whatever it is you want to do, because you are a grown-ass woman and you can do what you want to do. All I am here to do is spread awareness and education, because knowledge is power, and when you have that power, everything changes, right? Remember that. I just feel like a lot of the time we get told to take this, take that, but we don't actually really understand the bigger picture or the bigger impact it's having on our bodies. And basically, that is what I'm here to do, to give you the bigger picture here. Then you can make your informed decision of what you want to do, because I'm going to be honest, you go to the doctors with a hormone problem, you're getting a pill of some sort. They're not going to tell you exactly what it's for, and if it doesn't work, they'll just tell you to come back and try another. And it's going to be the same thing for the skinny jabs. Here you go, yep, you fit the criteria, even though there's a criteria that's been put in place for people that suffer with diabetes and struggle to lose weight. It seems like a lot of women and men are being able to get access to these drugs very, very easily, which is concerning, because I do believe that there has been some serious cases where people have been rushed into hospital by purchasing these online. I think even people have been selling them on Facebook. I'm sure I've seen that. Anyway, but that's how desperate women get. It's not just women, men as well, but this is about women. It's how desperate women get, because that's how far they have pushed us, right? That's how far they have stripped us of confidence, of limiting beliefs, of confusion, of complicating the absolute crap out of basic, simple, you know, things. Right. It's not your fault, and that's why there's no judgment. Because I was very much in the same mindset. I'd do whatever it takes to just be skinnier and thinner, you know, and feel better. Because I can't lose the weight. I can't stop putting down the cakes. I suffered with binge eating for 8 years. Never thought I would break the cycle, right? So, you know, I get it. But there has been conditioning. That's why you've got to be easy on yourself, because there has been conditioning. And I think people need to be more aware of that and show more flipping compassion. Because they have pushed artificial, fake, poisonous foods into our supermarkets that are estrogenic, suppress your thyroid, and cause absolute hormonal chaos in the body. And I'm talking about seed oils, I'm talking about fake meat, fake everything, right? Then they've told you that you need to go on some sort of metabolic restrictive diet to look a certain way. Then your body starts putting on weight, you're struggling with weight gain, exhaustion, your hormones are everywhere, you feel like crap, and then you basically have been told that it's your fault. Then you go to the doctors, you express your symptoms and your concerns, then they give you a pill that will fix the problem but never actually cure it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the conditioning that we have had for many, many years, which is why you feel frustrated, right? But I'm here today to go through about the skinny jabs, to give you more information and more detail, and you can make your choice, all right? That's all I'm here to do. But first of all, what I want you to just take in, everything's about money, okay? It's all about making money. It's all about playing into what really hurts you. So they are the cause and they are the solution, okay? They cause this and then they fix it. That's what they do. And they make a shit ton of money while they're doing it, because it's all about repeat prescriptions. It's all about repeat customers, okay? Makes a lot of money. Let's say, for instance, let's talk about the cost of the medications. First of all, the medications typically range from 150 to 250 per patient, all right? So I think the average monthly cost is £200, and this is based on the UK. This is based in 2024, I believe. So monthly revenue, 500,000 users, right? Times £200, that's 100 million a month that they're making. So it's just take that into consideration there. If that's 500,000 users, that's 100 million. If it's a million users, right, then that's a million times 200 equals 200 million. Then that annual revenue is 200 million times 12 equals 2.4 billion. That's just in the UK. That's just in the UK, ladies. So what I'm saying is, most drugs are pushed because they realise, right, these are the pain points, these are what people suffer with. We've confused and complicated them enough to make them that desperate that they need it. We're going to make a shit ton of money. It's not just for people that fit a certain criteria. They're going to try and make as much money as possible. So just think about that. Just put that in your mind, that most drugs that are pushed onto us from the doctors, or whether you got to pay for your prescription or not, is created by Big Pharma to make money. In most cases, majority of cases, all right? Okay, and that's just a little thing to just think about, right? Have they got your best interests at heart? Do they really care about you and your health? That's a tough one. Anyway, right, let's get into more about the skinny jabs. Just some things to consider, because most of the studies are done short term. In fact, nearly all of studies are done short term because they ain't got the time. They need to push it out there as soon as possible. So most of the studies are done short term, which means you don't really know what the long term effects are. Now, if you've been looking or researching, then you know that, a lot of women are talking about it, talking about their journey, talking about what they're experiencing. So you've probably got a bit of an insight as to what it feels like. Some women claim to feel great on it, but there's just something that I need you to be mindful of. Placebo effect is great. When you lose weight, or like a lot of weight in the first week, you're like, oh my God, I feel amazing because you've lost weight. And you don't really get transparency on social media. So, we only can go from what we experience ourselves at the end of the day. So just be mindful of that as well. Like, just be careful of what gets pushed out there, on social media, and whether they're being transparent or not. So basically, skinny jabs suppress your appetite. That's what they do. The main ingredient suppresses your appetite. So it's a major calorie deficit. And the biggest thing that a lot of women say is they are repulsed by food, right? Okay, that's not good, is it? Repulsed by food. So you don't want any, you've got no appetite for food. You like look at food, I don't know, don't want to touch it, don't want to go near it, don't like the smell of it, don't want to eat. So therefore, not only do you lose too much weight, like women lose so much weight that they end up in hospital, but if you're losing too much weight too quick, not only is that going to be fat and water, but you are going to lose your muscle mass as well. And muscle mass, ladies, is what we should be preserving, especially as we get older. One of the key things is making sure you're eating protein and making sure that you're strength training. But if you have zero appetite, trust me, you are not getting those nutrients in the body. I don't care what any woman says about feeling good. You are not eating enough, so therefore your body is constantly stressed. Everything shuts down. Your hormones will go flipping crazy. Your body needs nutrients to survive, to thrive. It needs the energy to power up those powerhouses in the body to make you feel great, you look great, hair's growing great, skin's great, metabolism's working nice and fast, you know, you're nice and balanced. But if you're repulsed by food, what kind of life is that, first of all? What kind of enjoyment is that, to be repulsed by food or to not want to eat or anything like that, you know? Like that's not a life, that's not a life for me. Absolutely hating food and not wanting to touch it. Then you've got to think about, okay, what happens when you come off it? So this drug it's just like a contraceptive. It suppresses the natural order of things. So that's exactly what these do. They suppress the natural order of things. So like your hunger signals, and that doesn't come back straight away. Like your body just doesn't go, okay, I'm working again now. Because if it was working in the first place, you won't be taking the skinny jab. So you're already causing major stress on the body by suppressing it even more. So that's something that they don't talk about. If you've already got hormone imbalances, yeah, and if you're already struggling, right, and they're giving you this, the skinny jab as well, your body's just breaking down. Your body is going into a flipping plane crash. That's what your body's going into. Your body is like, would be dying from the inside, to have to then deal with such deficiencies in calories and nutrients, eating away at your muscle. So when your body is searching for fuel to function, what happens? It eats at your skeletal muscle. This sags, your skin sags. What I have noticed is a lot of women that have lost a lot of weight on the skinny jabs have got a lot of saggy skin, and that's because they have no muscle or very little muscle, because it's literally been eaten away, because you're not eating enough food, they're not eating enough protein, they're not strength training. So you've left with this saggy skin, you know, the term kind of skinny fat, and that's what you're kind of left with. You look old in the face as well, like very gaunt, saggy. It's not a good look, ladies. We want to reverse aging, and your metabolic rate at the end of the day is what keeps you young. So if you've got a good metabolic rate, your hormones will be balanced, you will look good, feel good. If you've got a shit metabolic rate because you're not getting enough energy to the cells from fuel, and fuel is food, then you're going to look old, you're going to feel old, your hormones are going to be all over the place, which means you're going to experience all of these symptoms. Perimenopause isn't going to be good, menopause isn't going to be good, and you're not going to feel great at all whatsoever. And you'll have a sluggish metabolism, which means you will age a lot more. So you then become reliant on it. So what are the long-term effects from constantly having to take Mounjaro or Ozempic to stay skinny? Is it really worth it? No. So again, digestive issues, nausea. So the side effects are cramps, feeling sick, vomiting, severe constipation. It takes your gut function, takes a massive hit from these injections, huge hit. And this is where the majority of the side effects come to and the problems comes to. It impacts your hormones, so the drugs impact insulin, thyroid, your cortisol levels, and your metabolism becomes sluggish. So you can imagine that after months and months of taking this, your hunger cues, what tells you that you're hungry, completely shut down. And that's when you become dependent on the drug. So coming off the drug can either mean like you'll put all that weight back on, or it's going to be a long road to have you feeling, you know, like yourself, you know, feeling good. It's going to be a long road of recovery. Nobody wants lifelong use of these drugs. Think about your liver as well, having to you know, detoxify it. It's putting a lot on your liver, and it's not getting the fuel that it needs to function. Somebody said to me in the questions, I've heard that it can help you get pregnant. Is that true? They're just claims. So if you think about it, if you are overweight, then weight loss improves fertility. But what they don't tell you is that these drugs impact insulin and hormones. So if you have polycystic ovaries or insulin resistant, it might be helpful in the short term, but long-term hormone stability matters more if you're trying to get pregnant. Are they safe? Safe for who? Safe for how long? That's the real question. So short-term studies show they help with weight loss, but long-term they have no data. So we know that muscle loss, gut issues and metabolic slowdown are real risks. And at the end of the day, if you are not feeding yourself enough of the nutrients your body needs to survive, to give it energy, then the long-term use, as far as I'm concerned, is catastrophic on your body and your hormones. It's just a quick flipping fix, ladies. It is not going to cure you. And you're going to stop taking it and you're going to put the weight on. Maybe you won't put all the weight on straight away, but I'll tell you something now. It isn't normal, right? It isn't normal for you to not eat food or be repulsed by food. So there you go. Do I approve? No. It's just another long list of medications that have been targeted at mainly women to make us feel like we need to look a certain way to fit in, without really teaching us or telling us exactly the long-term implications that it has on our hormone health. Just being left in the dark yet again, ladies. Do I approve? I don't approve of it. This is where I step in. This is where I show you how you can do it yourself. There's going to be an element. There's going to be women out there that want to do this the right way. And there's going to be women out there who don't give a shit. They're just like, I'm not bothered. I'm not putting in the work. I'm not doing it. I'm not understanding it. I'm just going to take it. Right? And there's going to be women that are just lazy. There'll be women that, you know, really struggle mentally to be able to get into some sort of routine or to get out of the heads. There's a lot of factors: mental health issues, laziness, ignorance, people just don't care. And then there'll be some of you that, no, you know, I'm so glad you did this, Katie. This has really helped me. So whatever you decide to do, it's your choice at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Do you want to keep going around? You want to keep going around on the roundabout, or do you want to get off? That's the thing you ask yourself. Someone asked, I'm tempted to try it because my weight won't budge, hormones, clean eating, but still struggling. What else can I do? The thing is, it's sometimes, a lot of the time we're in denial. I think that you can eat clean and you can train hard, but how do you know that you're really eating enough or you're training right? Or there's other things to factor in, like what's your thyroid function like, your stress levels, what's your muscle mass like, what's your metabolism like? It's all about balancing your foods and understanding nutrition. That's the real answer here. And we've just been lied to about nutrition for a very, very long time. And we've grown up with these beliefs and this conditioning. It's very hard to switch your mind like that, you know. It takes time to think and be and act a new way. You know, it doesn't happen overnight, and people don't have time. They want quick fixes. They want results now, and that's the problem. Like, you can't undo 10, 20, 30 years worth of these habits that you've created from such a young age to just disappear overnight. It just doesn't happen like that. It's consistency. And I always say to my ladies, it's consistency, not perfection. Stop thinking about being perfect. Like, sometimes we're a bit like all or nothing. You know, we got to do it all right. Okay, I got to drink all this water. I've got to train 6 times a week. I've got to eat 1,300 calories. I've got to stop smoking. I've got to, you know, I've got to do a run or whatever. Like, all of this, overwhelming thoughts that are going through your head that are stopping you from moving forward. It's about small steps consistently over time that lead to big steps, then become manageable, then become easy. Stop taking on the beast. Stop looking for a quick fix. Stop thinking that you're broken. Okay, nobody's broken. Everything at the end of the day goes back to your metabolism. It's not your hormones, it's your metabolism. Your metabolism is what causes the hormone imbalances. Let's say, for instance, menopause, right? We'll all go through it at some point, but if everybody's metabolism was the same, then everybody would experience menopause the same, but they don't, do they? Some women experience awful menopause symptoms. Some women sail through it. It's all to do with your metabolic rate. It's all to do with how efficiently your engine is running. Is it getting enough fuel? Are those little engines in your body getting enough energy to the cells to help you thrive, to burn through fuel, to build muscle, to balance your hormones, and give you all of the nutrients that your body needs, right? And at the end of the day, that's the focus, and that is where I specialise in metabolic health, and how that's the most important thing. That is what's going to reverse your aging, getting your metabolic health up to optimal performance. What goes in your engine? When you take your car to the garage, right, I'm talking about petrol here, you've got 2 types of petrol. You've got like premium, unleaded, or just unleaded. So you've got the shit fuel that's not going to enable that engine to perform very well, or you've got the more expensive fuel that's going to enable you to perform better. You wouldn't put diesel in a Ferrari. You'd put the proper fuel in it in order for it to function, because when it doesn't function, the lights come on the dashboard and it will tell you, and that's what's happening in your body. All these lights are flashing up. So when you think about taking Mounjaro and Ozempic, yes, it's a quick fix, and you're going to lose a lot of weight, and it's going to be water, it's going to be fat, and it's going to be muscle. But guess what? You're going to be left with skinny, fat, sort of saggy skin. You're going to look a lot older. You're going to suffer even more with your hormones, your liver, your gut health, diarrhea, cramps. Like, people are even getting blindness from taking these injections. People have died from taking these injections, you know. Pancreatic issues, organ failure. You know, there's a lot that we're not seeing that people are reporting. And this is why it's very, very important that you really think about what you want to do. Like, what is the long-term goal here? Like, girls are going on this at a very young age and promoting it on influencing it almost on social media, like, look, I've been taking this, and then they take us on the journey of what they've been doing, and very transparent, but it's just encouraging more women to go on it, you know, especially young women as well, which is quite concerning. And without really understanding the bigger impact here that it's having on your metabolism, your muscle, your gut health. They are the foundations of weight loss, and when you get them right, everything changes. And these drugs aren't the solution. They're just a temporary band-aid with side effects that nobody's talking about. So yeah, that's my concern here. So has anybody been taking Mounjaro or Ozempic? Or are you considering it? You're thinking about it? What's holding you back? What's your experience been like? Do you have any more questions for me? Make sure that you comment below. I would love to hear from you. Love to get some conversations going. Love to kind of hear your side or why you're thinking about it. Or maybe you've been doing it and, you know, yes, you've had great weight loss, but how you feel and how you look in yourself has not been what you thought. So has it been easy for you to gain access to it, etc., etc.? Is it costing you a lot of money? I'd love to hear from you. Make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you like, and make sure you comment. But also, I just want to leave with this final message. I have been where you are, and I have been looking for these sort of solutions because I cannot bear to be in my own skin, my own head for a minute longer, and I need something that's going to make me feel good, right? And I used to be having my hair done all the time, you know, I would have lash extensions, I'd have fillers and things like that. I would do all of that once upon a time. And because I felt like I needed that pick-me-up. So I understand why women go down the line of looking for these injections, because we need that boost. We want to feel good. We want to feel like we fit in because of conditioning and whatnot. But what I'm telling you is we've just been brainwashed and we've been told lies at the end of the day. We've been sold lies. I'm here to change that, and this is exactly why I do what I do, but it's also exactly why if you don't know where to start and you're just struggling, then this is where my app comes into play. If you haven't checked it out, visit my website, I'll put it below. And it's an amazing starting point to really understand how to heal your metabolism so you can balance your life, your hormones, and thrive. What does it take? What do I need to do? I really want to put the time and investment into myself. Where do I start? And that's exactly your starting point. So I hope you have a fantastic Sunday. Share this video. The support is amazing. I appreciate it always. And let me know what else you would love for me to talk about. And yeah, let me know if I've influenced you into maybe reconsidering or maybe asking more questions to your doctor. Yeah, let me know.